Hello and a very warm welcome to my channel. This morning, we give you a piece of breaking news. Meghan and Harry were onslaught and slated over annoying book. The Loose Women panelists tore into Prince Harry and Meghan Markle on their Wednesday show, for releasing a new book. The four ladies, Ruth Langsford, Linda Robson, Sarah Khan, and Jane Moore, discussed the biography, titled Finding Freedom, Harry, Meghan and the Making of a Modern Royal Family, labeling it a money spinner. Sarah and Jane also declared that the royal pair, who left the UK this year for fresh start in Canada, before relocating instead to California, had abandoned the British people. Jane Moore blasted the tell-all book, which will talk about the couple's journey as they step down as senior royals. Jane said she thought the book would be copy-approved and unauthentic. Continuing her onslaught, Jane also said she found the title of the book annoying and blasted the pair for moving to Los Angeles. Talking about the Hollywood move, Jane said, "They're going to find it tough in Los Angeles when the lockdown is lifted. They're not going to like all of the attention from the paparazzi." She added, they could be living in Frogmore Cottage, completely untroubled. While Ruth added, Markle was given so many opportunities, more than most women, and blew every single one. Had she had a little dignity, humility, and intelligence, she could have made millions and had earned some respect. Instead, some of her many personas couldn't agree on a strategy and they all had to flee, leaving her unemployed and unemployable. The book is her last desperate attempt and will bring paid, whining interviews on American daytime television. Linda remarked, "They may be playing the victim game, nonetheless, the reality of this situation is the book, and their behavior demonstrates how deranged and utterly delusional they really are. It truly is sick, sad and incredibly alarming. There's something seriously wrong here. Honestly, if her life is so terrible with Harry, one wonders, is she with him because of some great love? No, she is with him because she wants the title of Duchess. If the Queen took away the Dukedom of Sussex, she would be out. What about the money? You get a lot of money for these biographies, don't you? Where's the money going? I am too nosy not to read it. Maybe we'll get what they want to say in more detail. So I am thinking maybe I'll wait until I read it to decide what I think of the way they've left the country and how they felt about things. But anyway, they are the ones lacking self-respect." But, Jane explains, she wants to be seen as a victim and casts herself in the same light as Diana. She forgets that Diana was part of the royal family for 15 years before she and Charles divorced. Meghan was part of the royal family for less than 2 years. People felt sorry for Diana because Charles cheated on her throughout their marriage. I still fail to see why Meghan thinks we should feel sorry for her. She added, the royal family bent over backward for her. The media were also glowing in their praise of her, to begin with. It was only when she started doing stupid things that they turned on her. She received justifiable criticism because she, along with Harry, behaved like hypocrites and spoilt children. Jane's Loose Women co-star Sarah Khan also said, she's on the wrong role to be likened to Princess Diana. Diana was a young virgin bride who was treated abysmally by her older husband, and her royal in-laws. While she did become manipulative in the later years of her marriage, what she really wanted was her husband to treat her with the respect she deserved as his wife. When she didn't get that and had her nose rubbed in the dirt, she took her own revenge. She was her own worst enemy, really. Discussed the book's title. Sarah, whose parents are from Pakistan, said, "Can't believe Harry agreed to the title. How can you betray your own family that much? Even if you're not a royalist, the Queen has done a lot and put up with so much. I hope one day he feels the shame he should be feeling." Ruth also said, her South Africa documentary was supposed to tell her side and reveal the true Meghan Markle. That bombed, as well as the tons of stories her friends spilled to US media to tell Meghan Markle's side. Now we get the book she hired people to write for her. They started the book over a year ago and yet they only announced they quit about 4 months ago. So the book was already in editing by the time they quit, yet the title indicates leaving has always been their objective. Interesting. She added, I was a really big Harry and Meghan fan. When they got married, for me, it was the first mixed marriage in the royal family. I thought there were loads of hope and excitement, and then it got dark very quickly. I feel they really abandoned the British people, so I am not actually going to be really very interested in what they are doing. For many of us who were Harry and Meghan fans, I just feel like they've abandoned us. They've left us, they've left the family, and they've left this country." Jane agreed. "They've pushed back against the British so much, not everybody, but I think the majority of the British public think, well, alright then, if you don't want us to have anything to do with you, that's absolutely fine. But why should they then go out and buy this book?" This comes after an insider exclusively told the Mail that Meghan Markle is eager for the tome to be released promptly. It's said that the ex-Suits actress hopes that the publication will set the record straight on why she and her husband chose to leave the royal family and help give them a clean slate. But, it is very telling of her true nature that she thinks that the publication of this book will make people warm to her and feel sympathetic towards her. It is a slap in the face to our queen and country, but she is far too narcissistic to see this. She left the UK because she wanted to be free to freeload on couches in rich houses and private planes of new super rich friends, all that she always wanted, without need to explain to anybody else. She wanted riches and fame without any responsibility and constraint. She is getting it now. We will see how long it will last. Unfortunately, some rich people like Oprah, Tyler Perry, and others like to be close to the royal family and think that they are close now. If they are so generous of allowing them to live in their houses and use their private planes, why did not give a fraction of that to homeless people who really need it? Hypocrisy is living there. I feel disgusted by seeing this behavior, and unfortunately, Harry and Meghan showed us how the world is unjust to place and how rich people keep each other's back. We should start boycotting all of them. Instead, the money should go to those who really deserve it. And many fans also discuss them. One said, "These women need to realize from the moment she started stalking Harry in 2014 after dumping her last husband because he was no longer useful, that Meghan has always intended to bag Harry, which was incredibly easy for her, play victim, which is a classic narcissistic behavior, split him from family and friends and take her place in Los Angeles as the rightful, in her mind, Hollywood A-lister she could never hope to be as a mediocre aging actress and yachter. Harry and Archie are just useful tools for Meghan, who otherwise disdains the UK, royal duty, and its people as too small time for a grandiose woman like her." A fan angry, finding freedom. Freedom from what? A relatively unknown soap actress before marrying Prince Harry, Meghan Markle voluntarily walked into that life because she wanted fame and fortune. She wanted the title and privileges with the restrictions. Was Meghan Markle caged? It is an insulting book title to the Queen and the many people who are truly seeking freedom around the world. A better title would be, Seeing Fame and Fortune. Meanwhile, another wrote, "The public loathes this woman despite all these PR firms and friends writing glowing articles about her altruistic endeavors. The public is done with this pair." A few people with primitive perspectives believe she is being bullied, but you can't argue with stupid. The media will dissect this book, the public will wipe their hands of them, and maybe post-divorce Harry will return quietly to the palace. But his reputation is in tatters. His empty platitudes have been seen through. "You guys are amazing, your courage is mind-boggling, pass me the sick bucket." A fan added, "Let's be honest here, Meghan is not kind or nice, she uses certain cards to divide different groups or to be the poor victim. She exposed her own bad character with the way she has treated her father, the UK taxpayers and the royal family, not to mention the way she treated her friends climbing up the social ladder to get to where she is today. She is not a feminist, not a humanitarian, or kind. Meghan is out for Meghan, growing everyone under the bus that gets in her way." And the last one wrote, "I'd actually have some respect for Meghan if she owned her personality and actions. If she said she tried to be a working royal, it wasn't for her, she's moving on and she's taking Harry with her, well, more power to them. Instead, this has turned into them versus Harry's family, and they want to be seen as victims while still benefiting financially from their ties to the British royal family. All the while Meghan has used sources in the media to try to, unsuccessfully, turn the public in her favor. How can anyone respect that behavior? She doesn't care about setting any records straight, she cares about the big money. This person went from being a nobody to being one of the most talked about people in 2019. She wants to monetize big time on that like a desperado, and that's why she wanted to leave the RF. Freedom to make loads of cash, that's her deal. And you? What do you think about her and their book? Please let me know in the comment section below and we discuss it. If you feel so prefer with my video, remember to like and share it for anyone at any time. And subscribe to my channel to get more news from the royal family. Now, goodbye and see you in the next videos.